One of the hot topics this morning, Daily read that the government is saying what happened last week with the rain, it cost us almost $500 million, and we had flooding in both urban and rural areas. However, the problem was exacerbated, I think, something like that. Something like that, by improper garbage disposal. And we've been talking about this for many moons. With us now is Jamaica Environment Trust's environmental scientist, Justin Saunders. Good morning, Justin. Welcome to Smile. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm doing well. How are you?
Can't complain. Give thanks. It's amazing because I was looking in one of the gullies recently, and I'm not teasing. Car, fridge.
You everything in there?
No, car. I'm serious. Car, fridge, stove, stuff like that in there. So even if we never had a lot of rain, those things would clog up the gullies anyway, wouldn't it?
You know, Neville, they do play an effect because, as you said, you know, every Jamaican would look at a gully at some point and wonder how that reach in there. And so it does play an effect, and it's good to think about. You know, it's hard to say how much of an effect it really played, but I think it's a great question for us to think about so that we can be more responsible about how we dispose of our waste from a bottle to our fridge.
Wow.
Yeah. But let's talk about some of the reasons, Justin, why we don't dispose of our garbage in the proper way. One of the reasons be, I guess, access. There are some communities where you can put your stuff out and the solid waste team comes, frequently gets it moved. But then there are some communities, when I ask, they say, boy, we don't know if we put the garbage, and so we just put it out. Is that a challenge?
Yeah, Dele, I think you actually work at JET as well, because that's one of our projects is actually addressing that matter of access to a simple garbage bin. You know, some of us are fortunate to have garbage bins at our homes and in our communities, and other persons, they don't have that access. So even if they'd like to throw away their waste properly, it may not be as easy for them right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Justin, that can't be the reason. I mean, we must know that you can't throw a fridge down in a gully. I mean, we must know that. I accept what you're saying, and I agree with you. Maybe not everyone would have a garbage bin close enough, but you must know that you can't throw a fridge down in a gully.
Definitely. But one thing people also need to know, Neville, is what's the alternative? You know, responsible waste management is not just about us putting our garbage in one place, although that's a really important factor. But also we want to know that, if I put a fridge outside, it's going to be collected within the next 2 days, within the next 2 weeks, whatever solid waste management can do. So a part of it definitely is for us as individuals to package our garbage properly, put it in a place where it's easy to be collected, and then rely that the collection will happen in a good window of time.
Yeah. I'm reading here that the NSWMA, Audley Gordon, Executive Director, was asking for the proper containerization of garbage. Tell me a little bit about that, just because sometimes what we're calling containerization for us is not even the right thing. We tie it up in a little plastic bag and toss it, and the plastic bag might be worse. What are ways that we can do proper containerization of garbage?
All right, so a really simple way is just to use a garbage bin. Okay. And so for some persons, if you can afford to buy a garbage bin, a simple blue drum that a lot of us recognize as borrowed from foreign, you can get one of those. You can get a metal drum. It's good to bore holes in it so it doesn't collect water. And if you can't afford a garbage bin, do it as a community. Talk to your neighbor, talk to a friend, say, let's put some money together. Let's buy a bin. Let's bail a receptacle for the community. Let's just do something so the garbage is not at the front gate and the dogs will get to it. The water will get to it. So it can be a little expensive to buy your own bin, but let's do it as a community effort so we can have something.
Yeah. Is there anything else that JET would be thinking of apart from the answers that you have given us thus far that can help all of this?
Well, so JET continues to look for opportunities to continue to remove the trash. Once we have funding from a proper source, then we can go ahead and do more cleanups But what we're always trying to do is to continue to educate persons. So persons can feel free to call our office. We've actually had several calls in recent days, persons asking us, how can we go and do a cleanup? So at JET, we like to always encourage, always advocate to do the right thing and provide information as much as we can and supplies when we can.
When you say getting from a proper source, who or what is a proper source, huh?
Information from a proper source you're speaking about?
Yeah, you just said if you get, I think you said, well, money from a proper source. Is not.
Okay. So JET is a non-government organization. And so our work is funded through projects. So we have to have a project that is designed for solid waste management for us to, let's say, donate some garbage bins or donate some garbage bags. So a proper source would be one that's aligned with that initiative in mind.
Justin, one of the things I think as well is because I dispose of the garbage here doesn't necessarily mean it's affecting me. I worked on a project, I'm not sure if it was JET, when we went all the way up into the hills and we were saying, when you dispose of your garbage there, it actually finds its way down into the town of Montego Bay and blocks up the there. Is that the kind of awareness that we need to, because I feel like if people think, no, but my house not block when me throw out my rubbish, so, and I block up the drains, but you don't know you're blocking up somewhere else.
Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind is something that we have to be really conscious of, because if you pack up your garbage daily and you put it in a nice garbage bag in your garbage bin, you have done the right thing because you have containerized your garbage. The next step now is to think about how can I help somebody further down the chain, quite literally. Mm-hmm. Do I need to make sure that somebody else has a container? Do I need to make sure that my garbage is a bit more secure? Do I need to have a conversation with authorities to ask about how we can get garbage collected more frequently? So there are more options, and I would really encourage persons just to do a little bit more every time you think about solid waste management.
Yeah. We have enough dump sites, Justin?
That's difficult to say. It's not just about having enough dump sites. Do we have enough resources to manage those dump sites properly?
Okay.
Because, you can't just continue dumping waste. It needs to be managed well.
All right. Thanks, my friend.
All right, thanks, Ed.
Yeah, man. Stay safe. God bless you and the family. Jamaica Environment Trust environmental scientist Justin Saunders.
What are the challenges in the early childhood sector? We're going to discuss that right after the break.